Hey, welcome back to the Guitar Stuff channel. In this video you're going to learn how to calibrate the Tonex software and the Tonex pedal so they sound identical. So let's say you use your regular audio interface to use the Tonex software, and then you want to tweak things there and want to be sure that once you have it on the pedal it really sounds the same. And to achieve this you have to have the input trim of the pedal, the input level of the pedal and the input level of your audio interface the same. As soon as you have this matched, it will also sound the same. Okay, first I check now the input level on my audio interface. I use a Universal Audio Apollo Twin X interface. I have the guitar in my high C input, so high C is a bit more amplified than regular line, but you see it's like at 0, so I have no additional gain from the interface. Now I select my pickup with the highest output gain and I just check the level that comes in. So I go now in my DAW, for example Cubase or whatever you want to use, and now I reset this meter and I strum as loud as I can. So you see it peaks around -10, so you still have like 10 dB of headroom until you reach your 0 dB, because 0 dB on digital would lead to unwanted digital ugly distortion, so you have to always have headroom until 0. So now I know I want also my Tonex pedal to peak at around -10. Now let's measure the Tonex pedal. In order to measure the input level of your Tonex pedal, you have to set it to interface mode and make sure that the clean DI signal from the guitar is also put out, so that you don't have the processed signal when you measure. How can you do this? You connect the pedal to the computer, you hold this button here, then you go to global settings, so you can switch between preset and global. You go to global settings here, go to operation mode, set it to interface, and now you go to USB out and you set this one to not stereo but dual. So dual means on the right side it will be the DI signal that you measure and on the left is like the processed signal. So I put it to dual now, and that's it. Now we go into the DAW. Okay, I'm in my DAW again. The guitar is connected to the Tonex pedal, and now let's set the Tonex pedal as audio interface so we can measure it. We go here, depending on your DAW, you just change the driver to Tonex. And now I set up a channel that has like the right input, which is the direct input. And this one we measure now. So I open the mixing desk, I reset this channel now. And now, again with the highest output pickup, I strum as loud as it gets. I have to activate the monitoring, of course. Okay, now I land at -3, so the pedal has much less headroom than the audio interface. The audio interface still had like 10 dB of headroom, so now I want to adjust my input trim on the pedal. I want to take away 7 dBs so that I also peak at -10. Okay, now I adjust the input trim on my pedal. I hold again this button, go in the global settings, trim input. Okay, now I see, it's a +3 and I want 7 dB less. So I go to -4. Okay, now let's check if I did it correct, if I land around -10 dB headroom now. Okay, back in the DAW, let's check if I land now at around -10. I reset. Okay, now it's also around -10. So yeah, that's good enough for me. Now also the pedal has the same headroom. Okay, now let's make a little test. I'm in my Tonex software again. I'm connected again my audio interface. So it's important that on the software you have it here just at 0. The input, so that it's really the input level from your audio interface unaffected. And now I play my favorite amp here. Sounds like this. Now I put the guitar into the Tonex pedal and test the same amp and see if it sounds the same. Okay, now my Tonex pedal is connected to the audio interface input and the guitar goes into the Tonex pedal. So we listen now how the Tonex pedal sounds. You have to go again here, long tab, global settings, and you go to the operation and go to live again. Now the same preset, everything is the same. Okay, let's hear both recordings directly after each other. Here. Okay, they sound to my ears pretty much identical. Please be aware that on the Tonex software recording, maybe the microphone was picking up a bit of the strum. Just to say, it sounds for me now identical, and I know now I can use just the Tonex software with the interface to do all my tweakings and so on, and then just transfer the presets like you saw in the other part of the video to the pedal and have them sound the same everywhere. And by the way, if you consider buying the Tonex pedal or any other gear, please use my Thomann affiliate link in the description and support this channel. Thank you so much. See you next time.